Big Daw Audio.
Hello, today we are going to demo how to use the Calm Before plugin to level up your buildups and make your drops stand out. If you aren't familiar with the plugin, it helps create a moment of calm before your drops or choruses to help them hit harder and sound more impactful. How? By using simple automation tricks that all DJs and producers use in every buildup. Cut lows, cut highs, lower volume, narrow width, and add some washout for good measure. When the drop comes, give everything back and it will sound massive by comparison. The Calm Before links all these parameters to one simple handle so you can create your perfect moment of Calm Before in just a few seconds. Now let's hear it in action. I've just finished writing and arranging this new song. Let's first have a listen to the build up and drop before loading up the plugin. Pay close attention to how impactful the drop feels.
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone, 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 gone. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. It's not warm when she's away. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone.
It's sounding great, but the drop doesn't quite have as much impact as I'd like it to, and the reason is pretty obvious. There was simply too much energy during the build-up that it took away from the drop itself. The snares and repeating vocals during the build are very loud, and there is a lot of bass. When the drop comes, it is almost as if the song is losing energy, and this is a big no-no. Listen again and pay close attention to the energy levels. You can watch the EQ on screen too and see what is happening.
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. It's not warm when she's.
Hear what I'm talking about? Too much energy in the build is ruining the impact of the drop. If you didn't notice, the vocals are also extremely wide during the build. There's both a wide echo and ping-pong delay effect on the vocals, filling up both the left and right side of the soundscape during the build-up. When the drop hits, it is almost as if the song gets narrower. Another big no-no. Let's listen quickly to how wide these vocals are.
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone, gone, gone.
Between these wide vocals, the constant bass line, and the big snare build, we have too much width, lows, and volume in the buildup, which makes the drop feel like it has less width, lows, and volume by comparison. This is a common problem I hear in a lot of songs today, resulting in buildups that are too overpowering. When you look at the waveform of your song, you should be able to see the energy levels decreasing before each drop. Here are some examples of what this can look like. Now let's open up the Calm Before plugin and see what we can do to tame the energy levels of our buildup. I've loaded the plugin on the master channel, which is generally the best place for it to go, since we want to apply the effects to the entire song. But you can also use the plugin on buses or individual tracks if you need to. For example, if you want to apply different automation to different song elements. The plugin's default preset is called A Touch of Everything and is a great starting point for most songs. It rolls off the lows at 150 Hz and the highs at 10,000 Hz. It reduces the width from 100% down to 82.5. It reduces the volume by 1 decibel and also applies a bit of washout effect for good measure. Since there was a lot of bass and width in the buildup, I'm going to adjust the target for the low cut to 250 Hz instead, and the target for width to 65%. Also, I'm going to have the volume decrease by 2 decibels instead of just 1, to account for the loud snare roll that gets louder over time. Below the graphic EQ, you can adjust the slope and resonance settings for the low and high cut filters as needed. A steeper slope and resonance will have a more dramatic effect. I'll keep the default settings for now since we want the effect to be subtle. All of these parameters are linked to the main handle here. You can see as I move the handle how the song is being impacted. We simply automate this handle downwards before the drop to apply the effects and bring down the energy level of the song over time. Then, at the drop, we undo the automation and give all the energy back for maximum impact. I like to start the automation 8 bars before the drop, but you can make this shorter or longer depending what sounds best for your song. Let's have a listen to how this sounds.
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone, 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 gone. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. It's not warm when she's away. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone.
Boom. Already the drop sounds way more impactful. The bass comes in hot and the whole song is louder and prouder when the drop hits, even though we haven't touched the drop itself. Now it sounds great, but I think we can add some more tension by increasing the amount of washout. Let's set it to 30% and hear what happens.
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. It's not warm when she's away.
Awesome. The added washout created a lot of tension and makes the drop itself sound much cleaner by comparison. However, the washout kind of ruined the vocals in the last bar before the drop, as the effect was too strong. Let's listen again.
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. It's not warm when she's away.
We want these last few words to come through much cleaner without so much washout. So let's automate the washout parameter so there is only 10% washout during these vocals instead of 30. Let's listen again.
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. It's not warm when she's away.
There, much better. I'm going to loop a couple beats of the build-up and turn the plugin on and off so you can hear exactly what it is doing to the song. Wow, you can really hear the difference the plugin is making. So I think we are all done and ready to go. Let's have a final listen and hear how it sounds. Listen closely to how impactful the drop feels now.
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. 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 Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. It's not warm when she's away. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone.
Amazing. The drop hits way harder than before, even though we barely changed the mix and didn't even touch the drop itself. Now we can copy and paste the automation to each other drop. And that's all there is to it. In just a few clicks, Calm Before gives your drops the extra punch needed to stand out from the crowd. If you like what you've heard today, head on over to our website at the link below to grab your copy of the Calm Before. Be sure to like and subscribe for more tutorials and production tips. That's all. I'm out.